First things first, back here with former head coach Eric Mangini. Coach, story out of San Francisco. Jimmy G's days practicing with the Niners apparently over. Kyle Shanahan, when asked about the practice situation on the TK show, had this to say, quote, "I think anything's possible, but that would surprise me right now." Well, this got our attention this morning. Nick, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
What was your take on this development?
Oh, Jenna, I have a lot of takes, but my first one is, when I'm right, I'm right. Oh, Wilds and Brew, tough morning for you guys that I was scouring the interwebs and saw the old Tim Kawakami podcast. I see you. I see you guys grimacing and saying, oh, how is this your take? Hey, just a couple weeks ago, Coach, I was told, it's Jimmy G. If Trey Lance struggles, if that old arm fatigue that our Mike Silver and Colin Cowherd talked about rears its head, Jimmy G waiting in the wings because the Niners can compete right now. And I said, yeah, I think Coach thinks that when you trade 3 first-round picks for a guy and then after the season you tell the other guy he can look for a trade. And the other thing Kyle Shanahan said is he has not seen Jimmy Garoppolo since the season ended, that maybe as an organization you're done with the guy. And I think this confirms this. Jimmy Garoppolo has played his last snap ever with the San Francisco 49ers, and nothing is going to change that. The question is, are the Niners going to be able to get any team to give them anything of value for Jimmy G? And as of now, it looks like the answer to that is a strong no, and they're just holding out hope, and it's a bad thing to hope, that someone else's quarterback gets hurt and that there's a desperate team and they can flip him there. But, yeah, I mean, it just confirms, your guy Nick Wright, right again, all along, had this nailed.
It is it's hard to believe that this take has so much validity, Nick, and you are on the right track on so many points concerning this. I think what San Francisco's doing is they want to bring him back. They want him to pass the physical. Once he passes the physical, they're off the hook for the injury guarantee that he had based off of last year's injury. They bring him in. They're not going to practice him. You don't even really want a veteran in the building if you're going to move on from him, because if he's lifting weights and he drops a 45-pound dumbbell on his foot and breaks his toe, you're on the hook for his contract. Yeah, so they want him to pass the physical. They want to show everybody that he's cleared and ready to go in case there is a trade opportunity. And they're going to hold him as long as they possibly can to see if there's some value. And that makes sense at this point. I'd say the only chance he has of being back there is if Trey Lance gets hurt. And that's the only shot. But other than that, they've got to see what the young guy can do. They have to.
All right, Coach, let me set the context for my comment. I don't know if you've seen this graphic. You've been on vacation, but this is a graphic. No. Put your feelings aside. It's facts. It's straight up facts. Jimmy G, I didn't make the graphic, all right? I didn't make the statistics, but he's one of 7 quarterbacks to win 70% of his career starts. So here's what I'm wondering, Coach. I'm fine with giving Trey Lance the reins. But what if he struggles? Or to your point, what if he gets hurt? And I'm sitting there in San Francisco with the roster that is built to win now, that I know Jimmy G can lead us deep into the playoffs. Why not keep him as a second stringer? And if Trey Lance struggles or gets hurt, you go to Jimmy G. You might have to pay him anyway. So why not just keep him on the roster as insurance?
Well, you don't have to pay him. His money's not guaranteed this year. So to carry a backup at $25 million, and it's not like San Francisco hasn't carried high-paid backups in the past, but that would be an astronomical number to carry a guy with. Yeah. And then you're not really turning the team over to Trey Lance. At this point, you want to give him the best opportunity to be successful, and I don't think having a guy like Jimmy G, who's popular in the locker room, who's had a lot of success, sitting there waiting for Trey Lance to fail is going to help the situation.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing, Brew. At some point, The Jimmy G fans out there, of which you can claim you're not the head of that fan club, but you are. You created that nonsense graphic.
Facts.
You put it on television every chance you get. You are going to have to reconcile. Aren't you facts over feelings guy? You need to set your precious Jimmy G feelings aside and accept the following facts. After the Niners went to a Super Bowl, the following things happened. They traded 3 first-round picks for a quarterback. After this past year, when they went to the conference championship game, they, in the end-of-season press conferences, Jimmy G and the coach, talking about Jimmy G wishing him best luck at his next stop. Jimmy G then had surgery without telling the team to throw a wrench in the whole thing. And Shanahan just said yesterday, I have not seen the end of the season, and I do not think he will ever practice for us again. Meanwhile, those are the facts. Meanwhile, Brew, your feelings are saying, but I think he should play for them still. I think they should hold on to him. You must do your own, Brew. Set your feelings aside like you so often give the advice and understand the facts are Jimmy G is done with the Niners. It's done. It's over. The question is any team going to let him be a starter? And it looks like no.
Look, I get them giving up all the picks to get Trey Lance because the biggest problem with Jimmy G, and he's not a great Aaron Rodgers type quarterback. I get that. But his biggest problem is his injuries. His injuries. He's only been healthy 2 seasons in San Francisco. Okay? That is why I believe, or at least a big part of why they went after Trey Lance. But the NFL is full of high first-round draft picks who were quarterbacks who failed, who were busts. All right, we got 2 of them in Carolina right now, right? Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. So what if Trey Lance is that guy? Josh Rosen, I could go on and on. What if Trey Lance is that guy, Wiles? Why not keep Jimmy G around? I get, Coach, what you're saying. He is popular. Players know he can win. It is tough to have him kind of sitting, looking over your shoulder. But they're giving the team to Trey. Trey's going to start. Trey's going to get every opportunity. He should have a long leash. But what if he struggles and they're 2-4 or 2-5? I mean, at that point, do you say, well, look, we're trying to win football games? He might not be ready. It could be maybe a little longer. A little longer. I'm fine with that. But wow, that's all I'm saying. I just don't see why not keep Jimmy G around as insurance.
All right, let that sit, marinate for a second. Because, Coach, we want to get your take on something that we talked about yesterday.